You guys like my haircut?
Yeah.
No? Oh, that was sweet.
Is it filming right now?
I think it's going.
I just got it recently. You should have seen it a couple weeks ago. I was practically bald. I looked like a total skinhead. I mean, in just one haircut, I went from Jew curls to Jew hater. Okay, I thought the microphone was off for a second. My bad. Sorry, I had to regain my composure. Okay, so look like a skinhead. And, you know, a lot of my friends didn't. They hadn't seen my haircut yet. So whenever I'd walk into a room, I felt like a suicide bomber. I'd just run in there, rip off my hat. Ah! Everybody would freak out. The only difference is after the dust cleared, everybody wanted to touch it, which I believe a suicide bomber probably doesn't get the same kind of treatment. So, oh my God, is that dynamite? Where'd you get all this tape for? So I've been doing something I'm not very proud of lately. I've been watching a lot of the news, and I've been hearing about these horrible weather conditions over on the East Coast, all these hurricanes, Hurricane Sandy, I think they're calling it. And it got me thinking, why is it that these horrible weather disasters are just run-of-the-mill people's names? I feel like that's so misleading. It's like, why name it after just your niece, like Sandy, or Sally, or whatever? Nobody's going to be afraid of Hurricane Kyle. So I think they need to make the names a little bit more scarier so you know what you're prepared for. I think they should start naming hurricanes after serial killers. I'm getting the fuck out of town if Hurricane Charles Manson is coming my way. I'm not sticking around to catch Hurricane Jeffrey Dahmer. And you know, if not serial killers, if that's a little bit too extreme, I say we name them after porn stars. That way everybody's prepared to get fucked. Another thing I really hate about the news is how they portray people that aren't white. You know, black people, anybody, any kind of minority group. Because it seems like whenever they go to interview like a black person, they look for the craziest motherfucker in the area. I bet you anything that a black guy with a PhD in physics is going to get skipped for the black dude with a gold grill and flashing a demo tape with only his elementary school education any day. Wow, I'm not doing so hot today. I'm sure the black guy every time is like, sir, I'm ready to do the interview. It's like, no, we're going to skip over you. We're going to go to that guy that negatively enforces every single one of your people's stereotypes. Man. Alright, I really apologize to everybody, but I was too ill prepared for this, so this has been a very bad showing on my part. I'm going to get off the stage before I embarrass myself more.
We got the last person up, but certainly not least. I don't know if you guys know how hard it is to be a comedian in Flagstaff, but it certainly is a tough thing. So if you guys give him a round of applause, please give it up for Kelley. Yeah! Get this all out of the way. Take it to her, bud. That's nice.
Hey, believe. I came here for laughs and I will get them.
Don't chat back.
No pressure.
You're starting a riot right now.
You don't do good.
Got it.
Really?
That's what you use to go on stage.
Alright, so what's up, Sundara, or the 5 of you that are left? So, I don't know if you guys were here last week, but I bombed, and holy shit, it was bad. Awkward, like most awkward moment of my life. It was like when a suicide bomber runs into, you know, whatever he's bombing and it doesn't detonate, just ah! Anyway, it was bad. And it really got to me. I was more let down than a Romney supporter. 4 more years. You guys believe that? How do you guys feel about that?
I was gay.
Personally, I don't really care, but I mean, it seems like just since Tuesday, Obama blame has skyrocketed since Romney's lost. Just everybody's blaming everything on Obama now. Oh shit, now I'm forgetting stuff again? Okay. Obama blame has gone way, way up. Two states have legalized marijuana. Well, that's what you get in Obama's America. You die in Halo? Oh, that's because Mitt Romney isn't president. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson, but you have HIV. Obama! So I've been doing something I'm not too proud of lately. I've been watching a lot of the news, and I don't particularly like the news, and there's a couple reasons why. So first of all, I've been watching a lot on these hurricanes that are coming to the West Coast or the East Coast. Hurricane Sandy, I think they're calling it. A lot of sad stuff, but I don't think that the names of hurricanes adequately prepare you for the shitstorm that's about to come. Who in the hell decided to name them after regular-ass people? I mean, they need to name it something more threatening. Nobody's going to be afraid of Hurricane Kyle. I think they need to make the name scarier. Name them after serial killers. That way you know you're in for it. I'm not going to stick around for Hurricane Charles Manson. I'm not going to see what Hurricane Jack the Ripper is all about. And if not serial killers, name them after porn stars. That way everybody's prepared to get fucked. Well, it seems Hurricane Ron Jeremy has just come into the East Coast, and Chuck, it's looking like we're all pretty fucked right about now. The other thing I don't like about the news is their horrible portrayal of anyone who isn't white. I mean, it seems like whenever they go to interview a black person, they choose the craziest motherfucker on the streets. They'll skip over the black guy with a PhD in physics any day to go for the guy with the gold grill and middle school education. I'm ready to do the interview now. Sorry, buddy, I'm going to go interview this guy that reinforces every negative stereotype about your people. So I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately, because I like to think of a lot of weird, crazy shit before I go to sleep, and it keeps me up at night. Like, how awkward would it be to start getting regrets during an orgy? You're just getting it and... Oh, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's like bailing out on a roller coaster. Everybody's trying to get you to come back. Come on, man. That's just it. I don't want to come on anything. In the United States, we have Renaissance fairs. I'm kind of curious. What happens in places where that shit actually happened? How do you think in the US, it's just a bunch of 40-year-old virgins running around in chainmail and speaking in fruity British accents. But what goes on in, the UK? Sure, they stop cleaning the streets for a couple weeks. They start burning gays and witches at the stake. They give everybody the plague. Medieval shit. And that sounds like a great Renaissance fair to me, because the less British, the better. It's okay, I can tell that joke. My best friend's British. Not really, that would be gross. So anyway, if I haven't offended you guys yet, just you wait. Just hold on to your hats. Okay, so, I was thinking, why does God hate gays, as every homophobic bigot has assured me he does? Why is it that God hates gays? We're all God's children, right? Well, no father wants to see their son turned out gay. That's when it dawned on me. What if Jesus Christ was gay? Let's look at the facts. All he did was hang out with a bunch of dudes. The only girl he talked to was Mary Magdalene, but let's face it, every gay dude needs a best lady friend. God probably just wanted him to play football like all the other kids, but, Jesus was a carpenter, he was too busy playing with other people's wood. I just thought I'd let you guys in on the theory before the History Channel takes it. They've already tried to say Abraham Lincoln's gay, so, it's only a matter of time before they do the Jesus is gay special. We all know Jesus was nailed to the cross. But who else was nailing Jesus? What would Jesus do? The answer may surprise you. So, I don't know. Just the crazy shit that keeps me up at night. I can't even explain it. I really hope nobody yells at me after the show for the shit I've said tonight, because if they didn't, that'd be a great relief. It's almost as good as the relief of when a cop flips on his lights right behind you, he's chasing you down. And then right at the last minute, he crosses right past you and goes and gets somebody else. You're just like, oh, thank God. I don't know how I was going to explain all this coke. And the dead hooker in the back, that was going to be a doozy. I'm sick of going to Burger King and not having my food delivered to me on the back of a zebra. Burger King, don't tell me I can have it my way if I can't have it my way. I'm just sick and tired of all these fast food chains and all of their false advertisement that seems to be a staple in the fast food industry. I mean, could you imagine what would happen to these places if the food that they actually served to you was the food that they showed in their menus? I mean, I guess Del Taco isn't lying to anybody because, much like their menus, their food is also made out of laminated paper. Isn't Del Taco just so gross? It's almost as bad as today's music. The only difference between Del Taco and today's music is one makes you take a shit and the other makes you listen to somebody else take a shit. So Halloween was last week. Did everybody have a good time?
Woo! Yeah, we did.
I really liked Halloween this year. I mean, a lot of people had some really interesting costumes. I was impressed, you know. Except for the ladies. Come on. Are you going to be a slutty cat or witch every year? You guys need to change it up. I want some more variety. If you're going to keep the sexy thing going, go for it. I don't mind the cleavage. But I'm just saying, take something completely unattractive, and I challenge you to make that hot. I'm trying to see some slutty toilets this next year. Actually, scratch that. I'll never be able to look at toilets the same, and there's nothing cool about a urinal boner.
They do get around, though.
So, one more thing I'd like to address about Halloween. I need everybody to stop hating on candy corn. Do not pretend like that shit isn't delicious.
So good.
The only thing bad about candy corn is the aftertaste, but that's easily remedied. All you have to do is eat another one. Aftertaste, bam, gone. That's how the evil manufacturers of the candy corn company designed it, I'm sure. It's probably Obama's fault. But all you have to do is just keep eating candy corn. You'll never get that nasty taste. Just keep eating it, until eventually you die of candy corn-related heart failure. That's going to be awkward to explain in heaven. Listen, Jesus, I'm really sorry. I just didn't really want that nasty flavor in my mouth. And Jesus looks at me, don't be silly! Welcome to heaven! I'm Kevin Kelley. Thank you very much.
All right, Sangara. Woo! The comedy resurrectionist, Kevin Kelley. Give it up. And God said unto me, Kevin Kelley shall be famous one day.